Hello everyone, very glad to be here. Now let me begin with a question. What would you do if money didn't exist? Or if money wasn't a thing? Keep this question in your mind because I'll come back to it. So as you may have heard in the introduction, my name is Ishita Katyal and I'm an author and public speaker. Today I want to speak to you about a topic that is very close to my heart. And that is how to discover your passion as a child or at a young age. Now I know as a child, nobody expects to know what they will do in the future. All you want to do is live life as it comes and enjoy where you are right now. And that is exactly how I was. A very, very crazy girl who clearly had no idea what's coming next. But I believe that is the beauty of childhood. Not needing to know what comes next and enjoying where you are right now. No one knows when an opportunity will knock on your door. And I realized that when my teacher asked me in class the question, what do you want to be when you grow up? Now, by a show of hands, can both adults and children tell me, have you ever been asked this question in your life? I'm going to raise my hand. I think everyone has. Thank you very much. I know everyone has been asked this question at least once in their life. But when my teacher asked me this, I realized that I don't need to grow up to become what I want. And started working on my passion from that very day. That is how my love for speaking began. As a very young girl, like any other, I loved to blabber whatever came into my head at any opportunity. But I never realized that speaking could be my career, or rather even a passion. But I'm here to tell you, no passion is too big or too small, and anything can be made into a huge success. So how did I switch from this to this? The most important thing to understand is that nothing happens in a day. I have become who I am through the course of years. And to be honest, my life has just yet begun and will keep going on. And your journey will probably be like that too. The most important thing to know is to believe in yourself and understand that you need to be open-minded and ready to experiment when it comes to find a passion. And of course, nothing is picture perfect. To give you my own example, I wrote my book at the age of 8. It's called Simran's Diary. But here's the thing, I wrote it during my summer vacations. Yes, I wrote it in my summer vacations, which means I was extremely bored, like anyone else. But why I did it is because I loved writing so much and it made me so happy. When I wrote my book and it got published, my whole life turned around. I was invited to speak at an event similar to this one. But when adults saw me at the venue, they said things like, Beta, aren't you too young to be here? Or, aap kya performance karne wale ho? All these stereotype questions made me so nervous about my book, my talent, or my speech. But when I went on that stage, I realized this is what I love to do. An experience of nervousness and feedback changed into me discovering my passion. Now I know I never thought I would find my passion this way. But anyway, that is why I'm standing in front of you on this very stage. But the big question, I discovered my passion. But how can you find yours? For the adults too, it's never too late to find a passion. Now, this is not a very scientific process obviously, but I would love to share a few steps that you will hopefully be thankful for if you find your passion after it. The first one is a very basic but crucial step. Research. Now we all know the most active place in this world is our favorite uncle Google and our beloved aunt YouTube, where we spend hours and hours of our time. Maybe for freedom from our school, for passing time, having fun, listening to music, etc. etc. But why not use YouTube, Google, and many of these websites to discover your passion? Try and monitor what you see, what you search and watch, and are there any passions related to it? Now, how will you know if there are passions related to it? For that, there is one activity you all have to promise me to do when you go home. Is it a promise from everybody?
Yes.
Thank you. So that is to go home and look up Wikipedia's list of hobbies or list of passions. Now I know, why am I telling you to go and search this up? We all know Wikipedia is a very, very reliable source of information after using it guilty for all of my school projects. But this has a number of passions and will make it easier for you to shortlist some options. After going through this list, make a list and write it down of what you find interesting, what you want to discover or are curious about. I'll give you an example. Let's say I go through this list and I find photography and baking interesting. I see how can I bring these passions in my real life. For photography, do I need to go to some workshops? Do I need to buy a camera, get some inspiration online? Or for baking for that matter, should I join a baking class? Do I need to find recipes, experiment at home? But this is just an example. What this does is it makes it easy for you to manage your thoughts. And you'll have at least one or more passions to begin with. Now, if you have an idea, sitting and doing nothing about it will not change that idea. You need to get up and push yourself every single day. This is the most important step so you don't have to wait till you grow up to become something. So that instead of asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up, people will ask you, what do you want to be now? Trust me, your future self will thank you. You have to believe that you can achieve anything. No matter what anyone says, the final decision is always yours to make. So never pick out of peer pressure, sorry parents, but parental pressure, and to go with the crowd. The limits are boundless. Go beyond what you see, hear, and think. After all, don't you want to see yourself, the future generation, for parents, your children, standing on this very stage and many others someday too? Now, here are some questions on this slide, which will help you understand yourself and your passion better. But if you all remember, in the beginning of this talk, I asked you a question. If you don't, let me remind you. That question was, what would you do if money didn't exist? Now, it may take you some time to answer this question, or some of you may even have an instant answer in your head. For all those of you who do have an answer in their mind, or whenever you will, let me tell you, this is nothing but your passion. Money is a preconceived notion in our heads. You need to understand and believe in yourself, your passion, and that money will come as long as you do what you love and love what you do. Now, discovering my passion and building on it has not only made me happier and evolve in my personal life, but has made me travel around the world and meet some amazing personalities. To name some, A.R. Rahman, Deepika Bharadwaj, Jason Silva, etc. Now, why did I name these people? Imagine being next to those who inspire you the most. Isn't that a great feeling? This is just one of the thousands of reasons you should pursue your passion. I want to see every single one of you on this stage. It may not happen right away, but it will someday. This someday may not be too far, or it may take some time. But like I said, nothing happens in a day. And in this situation, remember our very own Indian saying, "Sabar ka phal meetha hota hai." So I hope you all have learned something new from me and the other speakers today, and will go home, become a hustler, and push yourself every single day. So that when someone asks you, what do you want to be when you grow up, you can proudly say, I am what I want to be right now. Thank you very much.